everybody, welcome to today's video. So I just got back from the Appalachian Trail. That was where I was for one of the weeks that I've been gone. I still have 2 more weeks left on my trip. But yeah, so the first portion of it was the Appalachian Trail, and it was so cool. I didn't want to film anything while I was on it because I just really wanted to enjoy the moment of being there, and I just had some of the most amazing experiences ever. The longest that we walked was 13.6 miles in a day. I started out with 29 pounds on my back for backpacking, and then I ended up with probably somewhere in the low 20s. And it was just the most amazing experience ever. We started at Emma Falls, so we did the approach trail. Some parts of it were definitely harder than the actual Appalachian Trail. But the Appalachian Trail started at Springer Mountain, and we just went on from there, and it was so cool. We ended at Neal's Gap, so I think that we walked a total of 44 miles, I think, including the approach trail. So cool. But yeah, anyway, right now I am by a river. So beautiful. And this is like the type of water source where we get our water from every single day. We have to purify it and filter it. And it was just really cool and different. And it actually tasted really good. So yeah, I went with my brother and my dad on the Appalachian Trail. It was my first time sleeping like kind of outdoors without anything to enclose me in, and that was really weird, and it was hard for me to fall asleep those nights. But every other night we stayed in a tent. We were just out there for 5 days, so we did Emma Falls to Neal's Gap in 5 days. Not even a full 5 days, like 4.5 days. And most of the time we'd stop pretty early in the day too, so we definitely could have gone farther, but I'm really proud that we went as far as we did, and it was just so cool. In our packs, we definitely, next time whenever we go next year, we want to lighten our packs. Sorry, the lighting is so bad here. That's not bad, is it? I don't know. But oh, it was just so cool. Right now I'm family camping, and we're going to be camping until later today. This is our last day family camping, and then I'm going to be able to take a shower in a hotel room. I'm so excited. I haven't showered in 7 days now. Yeah, so this is what my skin looks like. It's actually like no pimples. I don't think it looks bad. Like, you can't even see my pores. I kind of look actually better than whenever I am washing my face. But yeah, I smell so bad. But it doesn't even bother me anymore because I've just gotten so used to it. I've had my hair in this braid forever. I haven't brushed it out in forever. It's so disgusting, like hygiene-wise. But every other thing that happened on the trail was just an amazing experience, and I want to do it again. I wish I was still hiking, but you gotta stop sometime, right? So yeah, that's where I was, you guys. I'll see you guys later, really. I'm sorry I'm pacing so much and the camera's probably really shaky, but I wanted to show you guys where I've been, and this is where I've been. Everybody, so this is my first time filming since the Appalachian Trail. I am sick right now, and so if my voice is a little bit more raspy than usual, that is why. But I really wanted to come on here and film this for you guys. So you just saw the video of me in the woods talking about how it went, and I was looking at it, and it was enough said, but I wanted to add on to it a little bit more because it was just such a life-changing experience, and there was something so valuable about learning, just putting one foot in front of the other, and I learned a lot more than just that. So I wanted to get started. So let's go ahead and go a little bit more in depth on this topic. So day 1 was definitely the hardest because you climbed the most on day 1. And you had the most amount of food in your backpack on day 1. I had a 29-pound pack. If I didn't mention earlier, I don't remember. But it was hard because I've never done something like that before. I've hiked, but I've never backpacked, and it is a totally different experience. Day 2, I had a really bad night's sleep the night before because I had to sleep out in the open in one of the shelters. They were very well taken care of, but I just like enclosed spaces. I like tents. We bought a tent. I packed a tent, and I was carrying a tent for a reason. And it was raining that night. So it wasn't gonna happen. Tent wasn't gonna happen. And it was just easier to stay in a shelter, and that was really hard. Day 2 was a bit easier. It was easier to put one foot in front of the other. I really wasn't feeling it yet. But day 3 was really whenever I got into it. I made funny faces at the ground to just keep going, and I had a conversation with my feet. Oh, you hurt? Yeah, so do I. You know, because you just have to do silly things and make fun of yourself if you're going to keep going. And day 3, we went 13.6 miles. Wasn't that long. We never met our goal of 15 miles a day because it was our first time, and we shouldn't have trained for it as you could. It's the kind of thing that you really can't train for. I think running is probably the best thing because it's a lot of pressure on your joints, and so you're a little bit more used to that. I'm a horrible long distance runner. I am more of a faster runner, like sprinter track person, not really a whole running type of person. I try to be because I know it's good for me, but I'm lazy. As far as running goes, at least. Day 4 was hard. That was the day that I just did not want to keep going. I was kind of running out of patience. I just wanted to make it, and I wanted to get there fast. And our end goal was Neal's Gap, which I think is around 45-ish miles from that point, from the point that we started, which was Amicalola Falls. So we did the approach trail, and it was good. It was really good to force myself to keep walking. I had a rolled ankle, and it was all uphill on day 4. All uphill, up to the top of Blood Mountain. Now, whenever we got to the top of Blood Mountain, it was the most amazing feeling ever. You saw some of the most beautiful views on Earth, and I'll insert some photos of the Appalachian Trail at the end of this video, and some of the views that you've seen, and it is stunning, and it's worth it. You always feel closer to God whenever you're in nature, whenever you're surrounded by evidence of God, because God breathes life into everything, and whenever you're in the woods, there's life all around you, and it's such a beautiful experience. And even if you don't believe in God, it's such a life-changing thing, and God reaches people in the woods, is something that I heard people say on the trail, and I think that's true, because my brother almost died on that trail. At the top of Blood Mountain, he fell off a cliff, and 40 feet down, and God saved his life. He very easily could have died. It was an inverted cliff, and it was a close call, but God saved his life, and my brother heard his voice, and he trusted in God, and he's okay. And it was just a beautiful thing for our whole family to experience, my dad, my brother, and I. And whenever we told the story back home as well, it was very special for my siblings and my mom to hear that. It was so beautiful. Whenever my brother climbed back up and we sat on top of the mountain together and we just cried, and a little robin walked by, and I feel like that robin had God in it somewhere. It sounds so weird, but it was like a sign. It was truly a sign, and it was beautiful. So we met amazing people on the trail that we spent multiple nights with and had so many conversations with, and truly amazing conversations that you really don't have whenever you're in the real world, whenever you're kind of living in reality. Because whenever you're on the trail, it's not reality. You're like in a different universe. You're away from civilization. You don't have fresh water. Yes, the water was really good and it was spring water, but you had to purify it so you didn't have like stomach problems for the rest of your life. So you really just lived such a different lifestyle, and it was really cool to see how people had to get water, and to see that you had to carry around your food, otherwise you weren't going to eat. You had to carry your shelter with you, your clothes with you, your toothbrush with you. Like, you had to carry everything with you. And there's something that my dad said. He said, it's amazing how big the world could be when everything else is so small. And I think that's so true, because all of the distractions are taken away from you. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have any access to social media. I do not have social media, actually. YouTube is really the only thing that I used, but I didn't have access to music. I couldn't watch YouTube. I couldn't film YouTube videos for you guys. And even though I started this channel such a short time ago, it was amazing to see like how much I missed it, and also how much I was missing because of worldly distractions. And I wouldn't necessarily call my YouTube channel a distraction. I would just call having a cell phone with you a distraction, and always having everything right at your fingertips. So that was really interesting to be away from that for 5 days. And really, that's not that long, but so many things happened in that period of time that made it long. Everybody that you met on the trail, you have something in common with, and that is backpacking. Like, you are all carrying weight on your back. You are all walking miles and miles a day, and you are all sleeping out in the wilderness at night with limited food and limited water. So it's hard, and you always get along with the people that you meet on the trail because you have something so deeply in common with them, because you're all doing it at the same time. And lastly, just another point that I wanted to hit is that you'll never take food for granted, because we had dehydrated food. You'll never take water for granted, beds for granted, pillows. You'll never take any of that for granted ever again. I will never take my makeup for granted ever again. I'm addicted to this, and I took it for granted before, but I'm going to enjoy doing my makeup every day of my life from now on. So yeah, those are just some points that I wanted to hit with you guys, and it's a different video than what I usually do on this channel, but I really wanted to come on here and tell you guys that even if you're not a big nature person, just put your phone away for a while. Just look around you. Don't listen to music. Just don't have any distractions. All I had was a journal with me, and a pen, obviously, and all the necessities. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you might have taken away something from it, and I do want to do more videos like this. Like, not necessarily beauty related, not necessarily Appalachian Trail related, but definitely more like talking about real things that we as people deal with on an everyday basis, like addiction to social media, addiction to cell phones, and always having noise behind you, like music, which is, there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just you need to learn how to think with your own thoughts, to where you can be your own person. If you always have things influencing you around you, then you can never truly be yourself. So I've been talking for way too long, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.